Good morning, good morning, good morning. We'll wait till a little bit of an audience builds. Good morning. What is today? Thursday. I guess that appointment that I was supposed to have yesterday is today. Whatever. If that's the case, that's the case. So I gotta go do that again. Anyway, good morning. Good morning. Welcome. Welcome to where this is a truth channel, all right? Come over, hit that like, comment section. Just let me know you're friendly. Oh, we got come on in, say hi to me so I can see what's up. It's Thursday morning in Watertown. What's going on in the flat Earth world? Well, the electronic spectrum is under attack by the United States military. That's been going on for decades, but just upstate through Maine just went through it a few days ago too. So, good morning, Amanda. How are you? What's going on in the flat world over there where you are at? Any flat Earth news going on? Anything new? Any new videos that you want to share? Thursday, really. I'll be honest with you. I just woke up a little bit ago. I'm tired still, but we'll get it going. We'll get it going. Yesterday, very important. This really talk about this again. Genesis chapters 1, 2, and 3. I'm not going to read them again, but I will go over how important they are. And I think, come on, this is the beginning. This is so important, people. This is what I like to tell pastors of churches that are believing in the globe, or anybody that believes in the globe. If you're a Christian and you believe in the globe, I probably have told you this in real life, not for my live streams or whatever, but this is what I normally tell you. If you cannot get the first page of the first book in the first chapter correctly and discern it correctly, how do you expect to discern anything that comes after that correctly? So, it's very important to know the creation, Genesis chapter 1. Then the Garden of Eden, Genesis chapter 2. And then the fall of man, Genesis chapter 3. Okay? Because it's important here. Creation and the Garden in Eden, all right? That's talked about there, right? Talking about creation, the Garden of Eden. And the rest of the Bible is about the fall of man, Genesis chapter 3. Okay? Genesis chapter 3, everything else is the fall of man. I've always wondered why there wasn't more information on the garden, really. I've always been interested in the Garden of Eden. Okay? I've always been interested in that. Just one chapter. I mean, does anybody know anywhere else besides Genesis chapter 2 where it talks about like indiscretions and stuff like that? I don't know. But listen, Genesis chapter 1, 2, and 3 need to be discerned correctly. And just read it for what it says. So if God says a day, it's a day. Okay? If he said he rested, he rested. If he said he created it, he created it. If he said it in the firmament, he said it in the firmament. All right? So it's easy to discern what God's saying because you just read it for what it says. I mean, it's that simple. If you say, on day one, and then it says, no, it's billions of years billions and trillions. Okay, how'd you measure that? Is that measurable? What are you talking about? That can be measured. Your billions and trillions of years can be measured. How's your time? The sun, moon, and stars are the perfect kept timepiece. They are set one above the other, or all the way back to the North Star, unto the throne of God, set by his hand. It's the perfect timepiece. So now, good morning, waking up now, waking up. Yep, morning. I was just saying, important it is to, like what I did yesterday. I went over the creation, Genesis chapter 1, the Garden of Eden, Genesis chapter 2, and the Genesis chapter 3. But also, I think here's something in Daniel I read it. If you guys did the other day, I went through Daniel 12. I'm not going to read these again, but I'll just go over the title of what the chapter is about. Daniel chapter 12, the time of the end. Dun dun dun, bum bum bum. Hope that catches your attention. I hope it piques your interest. So that's Daniel chapter 12. And you'll notice there's some firmament down there too. And then I think I said it was Job 27. I misquoted yesterday when I was telling everybody what I was doing. Like I wrote, even in my description, I wrote Job 27. It's Job 37. All right. Job's 37 also talks about the firmament. All right. So Genesis chapter 1, Daniel 12, Job 37. All right. 3 different people given 3 different, 3 testimonies, and each speaking about the firmament. All right. Now we can do the same thing with Enoch. We can read Enoch in this Bible at least 3 times, probably even more. Right. But it's confirmed by 3 people about this firmament. I mean, first off, Moses and Abraham, don't we worship the God of Moses and Abraham? We should really pay attention to what the beginning says. I mean, that's really it. We're just some scripture that I went over yesterday. It's still good today. It was good yesterday. It's going to be good tomorrow. I'm not trying to say, oh, this is a day, and that day meant a billion years. No, it didn't. God would have said it was something else. You know what I mean? What? You don't think that? I mean, look, he made a little bit of stuff one day. He made a little bit the next, and I mean, it took him 6 days, right? Not like he just made it all at once. Not like the Big Bang when they say, boom, every atom and molecule came into existence right there in the Big Bang. I'm telling you, they're telling you everything came into existence at once from an explosion. God knew how he set the foundations and how everything is and how it took him 6 days to do it. All right. Think about it. You got a big project on your hands, right? You say you're building a house. First thing you want to do, get you something to dig with because you can put your foundation in. You know what I mean? You can put your walls up and like take you a few days. You know what I mean? So we got any questions this morning? We got 3 people liking, but only 2 people in the chats. So we got so Waking Up says, you can see why the lying scribes wanted Enoch removed from the Bible years. Listen, Enoch has some really good information. Now, let's talk about Enoch for a minute. I've always was fascinated with Enoch before I even knew he had a book. I was always fascinated with Enoch because he walked with God and he was no more. Now, could they just kept walking right there? Could they just walked from here up there, and he walked with God, and he was no more because God took him to the kingdom. Because somehow, some way, heaven and earth collide here. So the kingdom of the firmament is kingdom of heaven, because God calls the firmament heaven. So I was always mentioning Enoch. He was 300 and. Does anybody know Enoch's age? He was in the 300s when he walked with God and was no more. But Enoch had some interesting things to say about the chambers of the sun and moon. And then he had some really good things about them 6 stars that are the wandering. Because, listen, all the stars are set in order above themselves, all the way up to the North Star. They all have their order where they're supposed to go around the North Star. Praise to God, right? Except for 6 of them. They transgressed. Good morning. Good morning. So these 6 angels, Enoch says, has a place for them, 6 mountains or whatever down and are in the south, So there's those angels have led men astray. They have not kept God's command. Sometimes they wander a little bit. So yeah, there's stuff Enoch. I mean, you go a little bit farther in Genesis, you're going to run into Enoch. And then I'm just again a few times, probably by the prophets. I'm pretty sure they call them minor and major. Listen, I've always they call them minor. Are you kidding me? A minor prophet? Oh, what? He just didn't have a lot of subscribers or something. He didn't have a lot of subscribers, guys. So I like to call them these minors, and they got the major prophets. Listen, it's all testimony. Oh, the place reserved for those angels, that the stars that retrograde and yeah. I'll be honest with you. I never investigated the Book of Enoch until Flat Earth, but I was always interested in before, though, because God just took him up. So I mean, it's pretty cool. I guess I don't know, because I never understood that part until I looked into Flat Earth. Yeah, I mean, like I said, this is why everybody's gone astray, is because they got the first book on the first page in the first chapter incorrect. So it's very easy. It's very easy to go astray when your first step is incorrect. It's headed in the wrong direction. And that's what's happened. People are getting the first book, the first chapter, they're getting that wrong. And when you cannot get that correct, I don't trust you on anything else you have to say. I don't listen. If you can't get Genesis chapter 1, I do not trust you on anything else written within here. No way. There's no way I will trust that person's opinion. It's opinion to me, because it has to be correct. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. If you're a Christian and think of the Big Bang and the evolution and all that, I mean, that's this. Look at that first star right there. Yeah, indoctrinate. It's all okay. First step is accepting Jesus. It says first step is I don't know, because listen, let's go back to Genesis chapter 1. This is is how important chapter 1 is. So it's hard to go against the false indoctrination. It is. Here's the one thing about me, man. Any church I've ever go to, usually, the pastor says, read it for yourself. Don't take my word for it. That's what they say, right? So that's what I really did, really. Yeah. And guess what? Sometimes they weren't so correct on things. You know what I mean? What they were saying. I'm like, what? You ever go to a church and realize, like, yeah, you must be the only one that reads the Bible, reads it? I feel like that, like all these churches. I feel like people ain't reading their Bible. And here's the whole thing. Forget Jesus for a minute, all right? Forget the Gospels for a minute. If you can't get the first book on the first page in the first chapter correctly, if this can't be discerned correctly, you're going to have a hard time, very hard time understanding what Jesus says. So let's go see what Jesus has to say about some stuff. All right? That's what I'm trying to say. So before we talk about Jesus, if we can't get the beginning correct, how are we going to know what the Lord is telling us? All right? I know I probably slowed down. There's probably still a lot of people that are on the milk, and I'm hoping everybody to come to the meet spiritually. All right, because I'm not, I'm going to teach you what it is. Yeah, Hosea. Hi, Charity. Hi, Charity. Look at, we got all my moderators in here. Yay. How's everyone? I'm doing good up here in Watertown. We're just going over how important Genesis chapter 1 is. This is what I say. If you cannot discern Genesis chapter 1 correctly, I'm not going to trust anything else you say about the Bible, because you've already misstepped your first step. So we're talking about Jesus. We're going to talk about the Lord. All right. We'll see what he has to say. You know what? Let's talk about some healings this morning. Let's talk about healing. We'll talk about some healings. Does anybody want to talk about some healing? I do. Dun, dun, dun. But you can always, if you want to get back, you can rewind it, and watch it. You still talk to me, and I'll still respond to you. Listen. Oh, no. Listen. Do not call me Bill Scholar. Listen, no. And I know it's easy to pick up the book to look at what it says. That's all I'm doing here. I'm trying to find where Jesus heals people, and I'm just like trying to find it right now. Like, I can't even think of the verses, right? So I'm not no Bible scholar. But I know it's in here, so I'm searching. I'm just searching. That's all I'm doing. I'm a Bible searcher. No. Oh, here we go. Bam, bam, bam. Listen, guys, we're going to talk about some healings here. All right. Dun, 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 dun. There's a certain healing that I'm looking for. Now, there's healings of spiritual, and then there's physical healings. Um, I want to talk about the physical healings. Like straight up, pick your mat up, walk. The blind can see, the leopard was cleansed, the dead was raised. Here we go. We're in Luke chapter 5, verses 12. All right. So this is about discipleship, healing, and forget. Well, the whole chapter is about this. But we're going to read. We're going to start in Luke chapter 5, verses 12. And it came to pass when he, is Jesus, is in a certain sin, behold, a man full of leprosy, seeing Jesus, fell on his face and besought him, saying, Lord, if thou wilt, thou canst make me clean. And he poured forth his hand and touched him, saying, I will, be thou clean. And immediately the leprosy departed from him. I'm going to tell you guys, you know what? I need a different Bible because this is not a red letter edition, and I don't like it. My mom got me this Bible, keep losing them. Listen, I've lost every single Bible my mom has ever given me. I lost my grandfather's, I lost my brother's, I get all these Bibles that I get, and just over the years, I lose them. Now I got one that's not a red letter, but it's still King James. One of the first things that the Lord taught me was the power of spoken word. Right? He's telling these people, he's got things that we benefit both of us, but the person being healed and me because tiny compared to what God can really do. It made me realize, man, I'm a man of little faith, really, because how often do you see somebody get healed right in front of you? Let me tell you what happened. If you've been following me long enough, you've known that I grew up in foster care. And one of them, the longest place I lived was on a work ranch up in Oxbow, New York. And they had 5 sons and they had 3 foster sons, and I was the youngest of them all. Now, years go by, I'm in my early 20s. I'm probably like 24 or 25. And I call up to the ranch in Oxbow just to check in. I haven't talked to him in a while, and I always kept in contact with his family. I still do keep in contact with at least one member or a couple members of that family. And I call up there. Yeah. So I call up to the ranch They got the same phone number they had probably for 40 or 50 years. Right? Same little phone that's sitting in the kitchen, right there by the kitchen table. You know. Anyway, found out that Donald, my foster brother, he's the youngest of their children, but he still got at least 10 years on me. Um, he rolled his tractor. He was out doing some tractoring and he was trying to come back up on the road and he rolled it. It rolled and it was one of them old like Ford tractors. There's no cage on it. It's one of them old ones. It's just got that seat on it. It's exposed tire on the side, like one of them Ford old tractors. And he rolled it. And when it rolled, it crushed him. Like it rolled right over him. Now, I didn't know this. And by the time I'm finding out about it, it's been and he was in Syracuse Hospital for like 6 days, and then they finally back to Watertown Hospital. So I just found out he just came back to Watertown, but he's still in the hospital. He's got a body brace on and stuff. Okay, so now my foster family didn't know that I had a relationship with the Lord. They thought that I was backslidden and I wasn't a friend of God, right? I wasn't a friend of God. You thought I was lost, right? They think of me, right? So I go to the hospital to go see Donald. And he's there with his wife, and these are good Christian folks. Listen, these are good Christian folks, real good Christian folks. And Don, listen, you know stuff, right? I've never heard these people swear, ever. Like this family doesn't swear, all right, at all. And he's in a body brace, he's rushed, and he can't use the bathroom because his like intestines got smushed a little bit. I mean, like he did. I don't know if he broke, but he basically just got like squished really bad, and maybe he did break some bones. I'm not sure. I can't remember now because this is not about injuries. This is about his healing here. So I'm sitting down in the hospital room, listening to Donald tell me this whole story of how first he's pissed off and he wants to sue the hospital in Syracuse because they did some stuff to him that I guess they weren't supposed to do or whatever. I don't know the story. He's cussing and he's really in a lot of pain, and his wife is just crying. I can see the agony of what's going on, right? And I said, Donald, I said, can I pray for you? And he said, yeah. So I get up out of my chair, go over to his hospital bed, or not. He was like not a bed. It was like one of them like day chairs, like a day chair. Um, and a body brace, all messed up. You can't go. This is what he told me. He said he couldn't even fart. He can't even fart. Like, come on, could you imagine being crushed where you're all messed up, where you can't even fart? Like he told me this. Like, be real about it, right? I go to him. I get down on my knees and I place one hand on his stomach, and I place the other on his hip, and I silently start to pray to God. Now I'm on my knees in front of Donald, with one hand on his stomach and one on his hip. And Donald says to me, "You are a friend of God's?" And I just nodded my head, stood up. I looked Donald right in the eye. I said, "Stand up." Okay, still. And I said, "Stand up." And he started to try, and he started to rise, struggling, right? He's coming up. He's starting to come up, and he's got a body brace on. He's crushed. He can't even move, right? Or he said, stand up. And on the third time, Donald stood up and walked across the room. Now, I leave, then I come back later. Donald told me that he felt the Holy Spirit leap out of my hands. Not me, but God. But I believe it was because of my prayers, because I do my prayers. Amanda's got to go. All right, Amanda, see you later. Thanks for coming through. But the power of spoken word here seems to be a recurring theme. All right. You know, just think about it. Genesis chapter 1, God said, let there be light. It seems to me that spoken word is like the most powerful thing. Who's leaving? Amanda's leaving. All right. So that's in testimony, right? Now here's another testimony. Here's another testimony. Another trip of me going. Listen, I'm going to start telling you my hospital trips. There was a whole time in my life where I used to be on a prayer list where people would call me up. I'll be working on a job site, get a phone call, and I'll be like, you know, I'm running the business, my business, so I can leave, really. I can do whatever I want. And I get a phone call. I got to go to the hospital. Because listen, everybody knows at the time at my church, you know, call me up. I'll come pray with you. No problem. No, I will drop what I'm doing and come help out or whatever I can do. All right. I get a phone call. For, at the time, it was my wife's grandfather had a heart attack, and it wasn't good. And basically, this is what happened. We get to the hospital. All right, and you're only allowed like 2 in at a time to see him. You know, you're only allowed 2 in the hospital room at a time. And he was unconscious. I have him all hooked up to everything. And what they were doing is having the family go in 2 by 2 to say their final goodbyes. Now comes my wife's and my turn to go in to the hospital room. We're sitting there. He's unconscious. Here, beep, 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 beep. You know, all that machinery. My wife is devastated. And I silently sitting in my chair, start praying to God. Silently, I didn't speak this. And that's funny because I've had a lot of Donalds in my life. It's funny. Her grandfather's name is Donald also. All right. Donald, and this is cool, so cool. It's all these Donalds, you know, it's cool. I'm a Donnie. My real name is Donnie. No, it's not Donald. But anyway, her grandfather wakes up, opens his eyes, and he's like, well, what's going on? We had to explain, and then the nurses and doctors are coming in, and Donald's just sitting there, like nothing happened. He's like, can I get these out of my arm? Like, he's like, I want to go. You know, like nothing happened. Now, here's another one. Listen, there's a whole previous life that I used to live. You know, going to church and being on a prayer list and being faithful, going to church 3 times a week. You know, all them stuff. I divorced, I got burned out, and I stopped going. And now that I know about flat Earth, I don't bother. But anyway, here's another one. Again, same thing. I get This time I wasn't home. Back then you had an answer machine. Well, I did anyway. You had an answer machine. I come home, get a message that he's going to church with his brother. I don't think he was a Christian though. It keeps on telling me I'm trying to. All right. So this guy's not Don. This guy's name's not Donald, and I actually don't remember this guy's name. Phone call. Get a phone call again. One of the ladies I go to church with. Her brother's in the hospital with high blood pressure, and she's really scared because it's like super high, like so super high they don't know how he's conscious. Right? It's like he's got super high blood pressure. So I'm like, yeah, I'll come over to the hospital. So I go to the hospital, go over there, and they're up, and I'm in his sister's there, and they introduced me to the guy, and he's conscious, but I guess things ain't right. And I just prayed for him, right? As soon as, I said a simple prayer, I kept it short but sweet. There's no reason to be long in prayer. And the nurse walks in. She comes over to the pressure monitor, that thing they got, and she starts to smack it, tap the side of it. And then she checks the things on his arm, and she smacks it again. She goes, I don't know what just happened, but you have completely normal blood pressure now. Literally, I was only done praying for like 5 seconds when this nurse walked in the door. Now, that's pretty cool, right? Love it, love it, love it, love it. Now, there's a woman in my church. She had gotten some kind of something in her eye that was cancerous. And whatever. The doctor said that, this cancerous thing was in her eye or whatever. And you know what? Church, see, like she told us at one of our life groups where we all get together at somebody's house. So everybody prayed in a group, right? I wasn't satisfied with what was happening with that prayer. Like I wasn't leading it. All right. I, I took her to the side and I said, I would like to pray for you over your eye right now. And I did. I did. I touched your eye. I can feel the Holy Spirit coming out of you. And guess what? She went to the doctor the next day for more tests so they can get the surgery ready. They couldn't even find it again. Couldn't. It was gone. Whatever was on the X-ray or whatever test they had or whatever that was gone. It was gone. I'm not done. There's more. There's lots of them, man. There's lots of them. Let's see. There's another one. You know what's funny? Now I'm trying to think of. I just told you how many, 4 of them. Yeah. I mean, I had 2. I mean, I only went to church for 3 years. All right. I had 2 3-ring binders that were that thick, were filled of prayer requests. And then, of course, when they get answered, I go back and fill them in. I mean, I used to be doing this every day. I mean, healings was the first thing the Lord taught me to move in. But I tell you what, I've been slacking a lot. I'll be honest with you. All right. But I became quite a bit discouraged after my divorce, guys. I became homeless afterwards. I just silent on what I knew. All right. I mean, very clear. I'm just speaking to people. We got the power and the authority. All right. Not testimony. Who can make up such a story about the guy being run over by his name is Donald Corrick. You guys want to type him into Google and find his number? His name is Donald Corrick. You can ask him how don't say Donnie healed him. I didn't heal him. The Lord healed him. Ask him how the Lord when he got over by his tractor 10 years ago. It was probably 12 years ago now. So this is real deal stuff, man. Some real deal healing stuff. Here's something else though. I pray for people and none has happened, right? Like I've been a part of like insta healings, but I've also seen like the long-term healings. But I've also seen no healings and I've seen death. So, I mean, I don't know what to think about that sometimes, right? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe sometimes, and then sometimes not. I guess I don't know. What do you guys think about that story? You guys got any gifts? What kind of spiritual gifts you guys got? Huh? I know that God's given me. Okay, the first thing God gave me was to teach. That was the first gift that he gave me. That it was healing. All right. And then within a few years ago, he also gave me the gift of prophecy. Let me tell you about this. You're all prophets. If you know about the biblical creation, you're a prophet of God. You're a prophet of the generation. 2020, listen, 100 years ago, you would have been a prophet. You'd have just been like everybody else. Because everybody's so stupid, in 2020, flat earth, yeah, you're a prophet now. Because everybody's so dumb. Like we regressed. And now, knowing these things makes you a prophet. Anybody got any spiritual gifts? Listen, and if you don't have any, maybe you're really good at praying with people and comforting them. You know, maybe you're really good at this seeing the visions God's given you. Maybe you're really good at that. Pray for my ankle, bro. Right now, Father God, I just pray that everything lines up in his body, Father God. Just have the Holy Spirit go over there and fix him up. That's what I'm asking, Father God. I'm going to believe that. Listen, 100% of the day, boom, it's done. Done, son. You got to have that confidence. You pray something, you believe it. We got 6 people in watching, and we got 5 people liking. And we only got really 2 people in the chats because Amanda left. So, what do we got for questions? What do you guys think about what I just told you about them healings, man? Cool. I mean, the stories, but I mean, they're true stories. But tell me what you think. Give you some confidence to know what kind of power we're working with. You know what I mean? Like, this is some real stuff. Why do you think I'm always going like, woo, like this? Is it, we got power, we got the authority. We got to start walking in it. I'm going to bring up a week. Listen, I go through that same exact problem. He goes, I have a lot of good success praying for other people, but for some reason, praying for myself doesn't really. Yes, I deal with that too, man. My back, I got a bad back issue, man. My back then, because I run into that issue too. Like if I can, because God has blown my mind on some stuff, man. And I tried doing it to myself. I'm like, I'm healed, but later or whatever, or even the same day, I'm still hurting, or in that moment, I'm hurting. I don't know. I need some water. Hold on, guys. I need to get some water. I'm thirsty. Well, you guys asked me some questions, and I do like what Waking Up said. I think about that all the time, too. At least one of these prayers that I pray for my own healing, at least one, right? At least one. What's up, Killer Whale? What's up, Killer Whale? We're talking about some healings this morning, and we're talking about the power of the spoken word. And I just gave some testimony on some of the healings the Lord's allowed me to see. So that's what we're doing. That's what we are doing right now. And I just would like to hear you guys' testimonies. What gifts have God given you? What gifts have God given you? Well, spiritual gifts, but like other gifts. Like I know how to play the harmonica and the guitar, but only my music. I don't know how to play anybody else's music. I'm not interested in learning how to play anybody else's music. But I can rock that guitar and that harmonica with my own stuff. Cool, cool, cool. He's got discernment. It's one of his gifts. All right, all right, all right. Because you can have more than one. Gifts, you can have more than one gift. And wisdom, okay. I play guitar. Listen, I'll be honest. I do not know how to play anybody else's music. It's not that I just don't have an interest in it. I can't read music. But what I do is I pick up the guitar. I like acoustic. Tell me I'm not connected. I like the acoustic guitar because you don't got to. Just tell me, come on. This thing's so stupid. So I like the acoustic guitar. I have a couple songs of my own, and same thing with the harmonica. I'm not playing anybody else's music. I just like playing what wants to come out of me. But I'll be honest with you. I should play the guitar correctly because I'm only playing it by my ear. So cool, cool, man. Everybody's got guitars. Listen, I don't have a guitar or my harmonica here. It's been like 2 years since I've had one. But my wallet's over there. But I keep guitar picks in my wallet in case there's ever a guitar around. I keep two guitar picks in case I ever come across one. Just in case. Here's a guitar, got a pick. Where we go? But I got two good picks in my wallet. So, and now that right there, I totally amateur with the harmonica and the guitar, but when I play my stuff, I love it, man. Especially that harmonica, man. When I get that thing going, who you are, you're listening and loving it. I can really make a harmonica sing. Just love it, man. Harmonica is such a unique. The harmonica was the first instrument that I bought, and try to learn how to play it. Who would have thought harmonica, right? But I tell you what, I love it. I used to play it once in a while, just my stuff. real quick for church, up in front of people. I get another harmonica. Yeah, I can't mimic what I hear. I can strum the guitar, mess around with it, and then like play a beat that I like through it. And it basically, I'm really fooling people to think I know how to play when I really don't. I'm just playing what I've developed. I've developed my sound with and the guitar. No, just a little bit. I've developed a little bit with it, but I think I can play my stuff good. Yes. Now listen. There's two videos I want to make. First is a rap video. All right. I think I at least got one rap in me. All right. At least one. But the other one, the second video, is a country video. Changing my orange beanie for my cowboy hat. All right. Have me a guitar. All right. And do like a country video like that. But because that's me. I'm living in the hood. Like I'm both worlds. All right. Raised up one way, living right now in another world. You know what I mean? So the rap video, because I think it would be cool just to why not? Why not do one? And then have like a country video? Like who does that? Who does rap and country? I so I like that. Do a rap and country. Or some kind of blues, rap, or some kind of rockabilly. Rockabilly, like, rock it out, baby. Um, I see we have somebody new in the chats who I believe is a biblical flat earther. Listen, well, I'm going to talk to you and anybody else. Um, I smoke cigarettes, so if you're offended, this isn't going to be the channel for you because I will be real with everybody. I'm not here to hide, and so this is a real channel. I'm not trying to put on a fakeness and show you guys I'm holier than I actually am, which I'm not. I'm a regular person, and I smoke cigarettes. Sorry. So, but what I'll do is turn it just a little bit. You guys don't have to worry about seeing me smoke, but I'll be right here. So I own 4 So Killer Whale, can you tell everybody what you got going over on your channel? Can you tell everybody, Killer Whale, what you're doing? Anyone I've never played that game. I've never played PUBG. Now my cousin I'm trying to send me a PUBG link, but all right. So Killer Whale, are you a biblical flat earther? I'll be honest with you. I think I only just made that comment on your video. I don't think I watched your whole video. So I do not know your stance. Are you a biblical flat earther? Perfect. You found the right channel. And all right, cool. That's what I thought, because I don't think that I would have been recommended over to your channel if you weren't. I just popped in there to send you a message to let you know that I came in there and subbed to you at least. You know, come over and check you out. But listen, basically, you know, you can ask me questions. We talk live about it. We're going to talk about truth like we did yesterday. We're going to do it today. We're going to do it tomorrow, because I am going live from the famous Flat Earth Watertown, New York studios, live from the hood on Union Street. That's what's going on here in Watertown. Also, Flat Earth News. On the 18th, which is in 5 days, I will be going back to City Council again, I believe for the 7th time, and telling them again about the truth of God's creation. So, Killer Whale, I have been going to my City Council meetings. I have interviewed my mayor. So, if you go down through my videos, you'll see what I've been doing for the Flat Earth community. I'm serious about this. I don't know why I'm the only flat earther going to their city council meetings. It really pisses me off that I'm the only one. I shouldn't be the only one doing this, going to city council, trying to get a hold of the politicians. But you know what? I'm going to do what I got to do in Watertown. All right. All right. And if that means that Watertown's going to lead the nation, then so be it. There's a call for an uprising. If anybody, it's an open invitation for people to come to Watertown. If you can make the journey to Watertown, I can. You got to volunteer your time because there's no budget for this channel, but I can put you to work doing flat earth stuff. We can do kingdom work. Work can be done here. I've already laid a foundation here in Watertown. All right. So it's not like you got to, it's new here, right? I've been working in this community for a while doing this stuff. You know what I mean? So it's an open invitation. It's all for an uprising. All right. Now, next big thing, besides going to city council, I'll be honest with you guys. The controversy of me going to city council is kind of like dying out, really. So next big thing that I want to do to stir the pot is I'm going to get an American flag and a pole, because I don't have one. And I'm going to raise the flag upside down. And I will stand guard at that flag and defend that flag. And if anybody happens to be by, which 10,000 people a day will see this flag, because I live downtown. All right. So I will defend that flag, and then if everybody comes by, I will describe what is going on. I'm calling all biblical flat earthers to join me in raising the American flag upside down. I mean, every day, flag. You don't understand at attention. Bring a chair outside if you want. All right. For me, I think I'll stand guard. I don't know if I'll stand at attention, but I'll probably stand at ease. But I will saying. So this is a call to all biblical flat earthers to fly your flag upside down. It is not disrespect for the country. It means a country in distress. We are a country in distress. This is an emergency alert. Okay, this is an emergency alert. America is listen. I'm not going to wait for the president. Listen, I'm calling for an emergency alert for biblical flat earthers. All right, that's what's up. But anyway, guys, you got some questions for me? Oh, all right, guys. Well, I guess we'll end it then. All right, guys. Thanks for coming through. We only did an hour this morning. Well, Killer Will, what do you say? What does he say? That's why I'm going after the politicians, baby. I'm going up the ladder. Right? I'm already not listen, I'm already at the door of Congresswoman Elise Stefanik, all right? Because my mayor is trying to tell me how it's not a city issue and that I should go over there. I should go over there. So I'm pretty sure she knows that eventually, that I'm looking for her. I'm looking for my congresswoman. That ladder. But I'm still gonna mess with my city. I'm still gonna they hate me. I know they do. It's all right. I'll be there on Tuesday. And I'll be sharing Mrs. Ruth's testimony, the 102-year-old lady. I will be telling them her testimony because it's powerful, man. It's powerful testimony. Um, Killer Whale, would you fly your American flag upside down? And if you don't have one, you got to go buy one, like me. I got to go get one. I don't have one. Like my house out front has a flag on it, but there's 5 apartments here, and I did not because if you're a patriot and a veteran, so I took an oath to defend. Okay, and right now we need a domestic defense. That's why I want to call everyone to raise their flag upside down. Why would you not fly it upside down? Do you know what an upside down flag means? Do you know what an upside down flag means? Because I'm not interested in people who don't have any balls. If you're one of these Christians that are just got no balls and scared to do things, listen, I don't want anybody that don't have any balls, right? If you don't got the moxie to stand for the word of God and recognize that our country is in the biggest crisis that it's ever been in, you don't want to fly your flag upside down, what are you doing? You got a sign outside that says the earth is flat at least? I mean, what are you doing? But okay, they want to take your guns and the Constitution, but you don't want to flag upside down. Upside down flag means a country in distress. All right, but you want to just go about how everything's just fine, right? Why would you even fly a flag? Listen, the reason why I don't have a flag is because it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous to give a pledge of allegiance to a piece of cloth. Your allegiance should lie to God. And the only reason why that flag, I'm going to get this flag and fly it upside down, is to send a message. I'm all about to send a message, okay? Listen, you're right. I don't have a flag. I don't have that flag yet. I do not have the money for that flag yet. But guess what? I will be doing that. All right. And this channel, I'm called Biblical Flat Earthers to do that. And the way you say I will not do that, listen, if you don't agree that this country is going through its biggest crisis it's ever gone through, what are you doing for the community? Like seriously, the real deal stuff. We're at war, people. We're at war. All right. We gotta just do more to make a video. All right. We gotta go and where these policies are made and make a difference. I have 8 viewers. Listen, I already reached, listen, you know how, listen, I just got 10,000 views. Go to my about right now. I just went over 10,000 views, man. 10,000 views. And I've been doing a lot more work here in this community. Is anybody, listen, I'm mad, and listen, shame on you if you're not going to city council. I mean, listen, so that means I'm telling shame on everybody, right? Because who else is trying to get the truth where the policymakers, the people, you don't understand this. The most important government that governs your life is the city or town that you live in, not the state, not the feds. The most important, where things can get changed on the local level. I'm only interested in people who are warriors, all right, are doing something. That's what this channel is about. This isn't you come over here and debate things. This isn't a debate channel. This is a call for an uprising. There's a revolution going on. All right. And guess what? Watertown's leading the way. If Watertown's got to be the first person to bring this up to the mayor, to bring this up to my assemblyman, I'm knocking on the congresswoman's door. I'm right there, baby. And after the congresswoman, who's it go to? Straight to the president. I'm only 2 people away right now from the president of this. I've already gone up the ladder quite a bit. Yeah, they're all brainwashed. They don't all get, they're all dumb. All right. Spreading truth is, there's more we can do. We're not doing enough. We're not doing enough. All right. Because why? NASA's still deceiving people. We are a country in distress. I'm not calling you to burn the American flag. I'm not calling you to stomp it out. I'm calling you to fly it upside down because we are a country in distress. And it's an emergency signal. And if you don't listen, oh, what will my neighbors think? Listen, man, you know what? Hell is filled with cowards. All right. Hell is filled with cowards. This ain't no cowards channel. Right? There's no cowards here. I will face you. Face it, whoever it is. Doesn't matter, bro. Let me tell you, I did some shaming the other day. I told you guys I went to the vet office to make some flyers. Well, I stopped there by lunch, right? And there was some guy out there, some big guy, he's all tatted up. I didn't recognize him, right? And I started to walk in, and it looked like it was closed. It was lunchtime, right? And I was like, "Is it open?" He's like, "What do you want?" Like real rude, right? He's like, "What do you want?" And I'm like, I was looking for somebody else. I was looking for someone else that worked there, right? This guy Tim, right? Somebody I've always dealt with, right? And this guy's being rude to me. This guy's being rude to me, right? And he's trying to. I said, "You know what, man? I'll just come back later." And I start walking away, and he goes, "Why don't you go fuck off?" I said, you shouldn't be rude to me like that. He doesn't have no idea who I am, or even if I'm a veteran. I mean, it's pretty easy to tell that I'm probably a veteran. I mean, imagine, right? It looks like I would be a veteran, right? But anyway, so I come back home and I wait till after lunch. I go back over there. So this guy who just told me to go F off and was being really rude to me, right? I walk right in. Now, Tim runs the place. All right. Tim, now listen. Most people who just got screamed at by some big dude, we want to come back right up. Dude, I was itching to wait to come back after lunch to face this guy. Itching. Because I go over there once in a while because I got business to do. This guy just told me to go F off when he was being rude to me. I walked away from this guy because he was being rude to me. And as I'm walking away, so I go back over there, and I was wearing my Jesus shirt, right? So I unzip my jacket, and I walk in, and then Tim is there, and he sees me, and he lights right up, and he's walking toward me. Meanwhile, the same guy just an hour ago telling me to go pound salt, being real rude to me, I don't know why he was like that. The look on his face when I'm shaking Tim's hand and talking about what I needed, and we're talking, and I purposely made sure it was open enough that when he was sitting at his desk at this time, I made sure that y'all need Jesus was like right in his face. I didn't even say one word to him. I just talked to Tim. Then I thanked Tim. Meanwhile, this guy's boiling over. This guy like he notices it, right? Because he asked him, he's like, "What's wrong?" He's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Oh, okay, I won't pry. Meanwhile, I know this guy is boiling over because he just told me to F off an hour ago. Not even, it was like 30 minutes, right? And now I'm back in his face. I'm not talking to him, all right? I'm not talking to him, I'm talking to Tim, right? Nothing you could do. I could tell that he's, what are you going to do, buddy? I mean, what? I walked away from you for being rude to me, and then you tell me to F off and I'm walking away, and now I'm back? Listen, bro, if you work there, you shouldn't tell anybody to F off. If you work at a vet center, don't be telling anybody to F off. All right. I'm like, that really got under my skin. All right. I was waiting. I was like, oh, I can't wait till after lunch. When Tim's back from lunch, I'm going right over there, man. And I shamed him and showed him because he thought I was like a nobody, right? He thought I was a nobody. But when I walked in there, Tim stopped talking who he was talking to. He said, oh, moved around that person and come over and greeted me, shook my hand, was like, hey, how you been, the other guy's like look, giving me the death stare. Like, wow. I did that on purpose. I purposely went there to show off that, listen, bro, like, you're not going to talk to me like that and keep me out of here. So I'll go over there later today just to pop in to see Tim, and that other guy will be there now. Just to go, hey, Tim, how are you, buddy? You know what I mean? Just come by to say hi. Man, thanks for helping me out all the times you helped me out, man. I really do appreciate it. And that's all I got to say, and I'll leave. I'm going to kill this guy with kindness. Going to kill him with kindness. This guy's boiling over. So every time, listen, I live across the street from the vet center. All right. All right. I haven't gone over there probably since, I don't know, about 3, 4 months. So I didn't really recognize this guy, but I guess he works there. Yeah. Listen, God hates a coward. God hates God don't like cowards. All right. We got to walk in the confidence and the strength and the power here. I love confronting people like that. Like that guy, I love going back when they don't expect it. Because, you tell someone F off and they're walking away, right? You don't expect them to come back later, right? Usually you don't see that person, right? Not me. I waited and I was like, I can't wait to run. I'm sitting over here thinking, where's Tim's vehicle? Because I can see him pull up, right? I'm like, is he back from lunch yet? I'm going over there. I mean, God hates a coward, right? And if you don't got the balls in I can understand one thing, not owning a flag. Like me, I don't own one because I don't respect it anymore. I don't respect the flag for what it stands for what it is. At city council, when I go there, there's always a moment of silence. I'll stand up for the moment of silence. And immediately, when they start to do the Pledge of Allegiance, I sit back down. And everybody is pledging allegiance to a flag, a material flag, a material piece of thing. You might as well slap God in the face because you're pledging an allegiance to something before God. Your allegiance should belong to the Most High, not no flag. Nowhere on your list should be a flag, all right? Flags are for signals, all right? Flags are for signals only, okay? They're not to be pledged to, all right? Flags are used for signals, people. Let's wake up, all right? This is a call for an uprising. This is the other channel that's called Call for an Uprising, but I mean, what else is there to call it? It's a call for an uprising, people. That's what's going on. That's what's going on in Watertown. I'm hitting hard every day. I can't wait till I get that flag. Ooh, I can't wait. Can't wait, can't wait, can't wait. Anyway, guys, it's been on for an hour and 20. I actually need to go do some things. I'll probably be back on after 1, between 2, maybe. Probably by 2, I'll be back on. Because there's some other things that maybe we'll come up with a flag today. Because you know what? Hold on a second, people. Hold on a second. I'm going to show you guys something real quick. So, make sure there's no information you guys can't see it. All right. You want to help me out? You want to do kingdom work? Listen, see that? That's that PayPal card that I got. There are funds on here. I mean, $30. $30 on here. All right, there's $30 on here, and I plan on using what's on here. Oop, I just flashed that. Well, you didn't get all the number, I don't think, but whatever. Doesn't matter. You don't have all the number. You don't know my passwords. Either way, what's on here is going to be for my paints right now. All right. So help me out, right? It's kingdom work. There's lots of things like hardwiring internet, right? There's going to be listen. There's lots of things. Listen, only give if you got a cheerful heart. If you're like, I don't know, no, I don't want cheerful givers only. All right. It's kingdom work. I'm running the business. This isn't my money to spend. Like, there's money on here. I don't buy cigarettes with this. I don't buy food with this. I don't buy anything for me for this. All right. This is for the channel. You know, like do it for the vine. This is for the channel. So this is a separate fund. This is separate. This is for kingdom work. So that's what's up. But anyway, guys, if you can help me out, I've already told you what I'll be doing with it. What else? What else? Besides, I got my city council meeting on Tuesday. I've been telling you guys about. And Danielle says I'll hit you up tomorrow. Thank you, Danielle. That appointment that I thought I had yesterday, I guess it's today. So I went to an appointment that I had yesterday. So it's today. How I got that wrong, I do not know. Do not know how I got the day wrong. But whatever. So I got some things to do. I'll probably be on after between probably a little before 2 o'clock maybe or something like that. But thanks for tuning in, guys. Talk to you later.